Hello everyone. Today is 2026 Paper Sick Tuesday. I'm introducing a trending article from the archives today. Alright, welcome back to the channel, where we dive into the wild world of AI and try to make sense of it all. I was just thinking my brain is like a neural network. Except it drops 90% into context window when I enter a room. Alright, enough about my terrible memory. The title is Beyond the Parameters, a Technical Survey of Contextual Enrichment in Large Language Models. The corolla is Chapsit board height on 3,174 line. So, let's get into it. This paper is basically a masterclass on how we make large language models. LLMs actually know what they are talking about. You know how sometimes an AI sounds super confident? It is totally making things up. Nah, that is what they are trying to fix here. The paper explores the problem of AI having a knowledge gap. Meaning, it doesn't know facts not in its trained data. A retrieval gap meaning it cannot find the right info when needed. And the reasoning gap, where it finds the info but still draws the wrong, largely incoherent conclusion. The authors look out and progress from basic prompting, like just asking the AI a question, to Retrieval-Augmented Generation or RAG, and GraphRAG, and now CausalRAG. It is like teaching a kid. First, you just ask them what they know. Then, you give them a textbook to look up answers, which is RAG. Then, you give them a mind map, which is GraphRAG. Finally, you teach them cause and effect, which is CausalRAG. It is a fascinating evolution, honestly. Let's break down RAG first. RAG is like giving the AI an open book test. It searches database for relevant chunks of text and uses that to answer your question. It is great for factual grounding, but it struggles at the units it requires connecting the dots across multiple documents. That is where GraphRAG steps in. GraphRAG builds a knowledge graph, extracting entities and their relationships. It is perfect for big, sweeping questions across a whole corpus. But wait, there is more. What if you ask a why question? Like, why did my stock portfolio tank? GraphRAG might show that stock went down and CEO resigned, but it doesn't explicitly link them as cause and effect. Enter CausalRAG. This is the new hotness. CausalRAG specifically looks for directed causal triples in the data. It builds a causal graph, so the AI can trace the actual root cause of an event, giving a much more faithful and interpretable explanation. The paper notes that the CausalRAG drastically improves answer faithfulness compared to vanilla RAG. Now, how does this compare to just making the AS context window bigger? Well, the paper points out that even with long-range text models, they suffer from something called lost data meta degradation. Basically, if you bury the answer in the middle of a huge document, the AI just forgets it is there. Plus, static models get outdated fast. Retrieval methods keep the AI fresh with new info without needing a massive retraining. So how do we use this in everyday life? Here, are 3 specific application examples. First, imagine a medical diagnostic assistant. With standard RAG, it might just find symptoms that sort of match. But with a CausalRAG, it could trace the causal chain of symptoms, helping a doctor understand why a specific drug interaction caused a patient's sudden fever, linking the exact biological pathways found in recent medical literature. Second, consider financial analysis. If an analyst asks why a company's operating margin declined, CausalRAG can look through earnings reports and lay out the exact chain of events. For example, it could show that a supply chain disruption led to higher raw material costs, which caused margin compression. It gives an actual reason, not just a bunch of related financial terms. Third, think about customer support for complex systems. When a server crashes, CausalRAG powered by computer system logs and documentation and explain the root cause. Wouldn't just say the server is down, but would say the recent software update caused a memory leak, which led to the crash and then suggests a rollback procedure. In conclusion, this paper shows that adding context to AI is an engineering continuum. You trade higher indexing costs for better, more truthful reasoning. CausalRAG is super promising, even if it is expensive to run right now. is definitely the path forward for making AI we can actually trust. Alright, that is it for today. Catch you guys in the next video.